My name is Miki and this is the Conflict Hotline. This is a program where we work with your conflicts, and today with me in the studio are Newt and Sigal. Welcome back, Newt and Sigal. And we'll be working with scenarios such as this one that we call Down the Slide. Michelle has a 4-year-old son, and Hank is Michelle's father.
You know, I can't believe that you let him get away like that with not going down the slide. I mean, he's going to grow up so weak and wimpy and scaredy, you know?
Dad, this is why I don't have you around more often. I just cannot believe what you're saying. You know that I want to raise him to be whoever he is, and I don't care whether he's weak or wimpy or whatever. That's just serious gender, that's just messed up.
I brought you up to be strong, Michelle, and that's how you are. And you're going to let him grow up just completely letting people walk all over him.
Thank you very much. Many of you, I'm sure, have experienced situations where your parents have something to say about how you raise your children. And if not this, you probably have some other conflicts or situations in your life. That's what we are here to help you with. This is an all-volunteer effort. The cast and some of the crew are affiliated with Bay Area Nonviolent Communication, an organization whose vision is a world where everyone's needs matter. And the rest of the crew are affiliated with Berkeley Community Media, who's also hosting the show and letting us use the studio. And if you want to participate in this show, you can call in with a conflict and different kinds of situations. If you wonder what?
You might have a conflict with a housemate or a good friend.
Or perhaps a conflict with a family member or with your partner.
Or you can have a situation in your workplace or an internal conflict. Any one of these. I believe we already have a caller on the line, so we'll start with the caller and we'll come back to this scenario maybe later. And who is the caller? Are you on the line? We're waiting for the caller. There's crackling. That's promising. That means there may be something there. Hello, hello. So we lost the caller, so we will go back to the scenario. I'm sure that Michelle is happy to go back to the scenario because you were left
Definitely
in the middle of something. So this scenario is again called Down the Slide, and this is Michelle and Hank, who is her father. And Michelle, are you ready to see if what you say next can change the situation with your dad?
Yeah. So would you give me the first line again?
Yes. I cannot believe that you let him get away with not going down the slide. He's going to grow up weak, he's going to grow up scared, wimpy, and you just let him get away with that stuff.
So, Dad, are you feeling really worried? Are you feeling scared because you really want him to be strong and grow up knowing how to fend for himself?
Is this some kind of psychoanalytical thing about me now? Am I feeling scared? I'm telling you what you need to do with your son.
Thank you. I want to pause here for a second and see, do you have a sense of why he's thinking that you're psychoanalyzing him?
Maybe because I was very clunky in saying what I was just saying, and it sounded like pretty forced.
So, yeah, sometimes this happens when you first begin to practice these skills. Mm-hmm. So what might help in those situations, because what you were trying to do is, instead of reacting to him, you were trying to just hear him and reflect what you were getting is going on for him. But that's a new way of being for both of you. Mm-hmm. So you may want to tell him that you're doing something different and why you're doing something different, and then he might be more receptive to it.
Okay.
Because I don't imagine that he likes the fighting with you any more than you like it.
Yeah.
What do you think?
No. Okay. So let me try again. So First, I want to say I'm really annoyed that you're saying that. But I'm going to try something. I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to put it down.
I want you to keep that one inside yourself, because if you say, first I want to say that I'm really annoyed, you're actually reacting instead of staying with him. So the goal is for you to just let him know what you're about to do, but still put your attention on him. It may not be easy, but if you move your attention to yourself, you're escalating. Because when he speaks, he wants to be heard. Every single human being, when they speak, they want to be heard.
Okay.
And if you respond, react, express what is going on for you in a situation of conflict, it escalates because the other person doesn't have the experience of being heard. So focus your attention on wanting to hear him and tell him that that's what you're planning to do.
Okay. So give me the line again.
You're just allowing your son to be weak and scared. You're not raising him to be strong, to be a man. It's not okay.
So I want to understand. You really would like for him to be strong?
Yes.
And it sounds like you want that part of that is pushing his boundaries a little bit.
Yes, some challenge.
So I want to pause and check in with you. Was it easier this time to hear her?
It was a little bit easier, because she wasn't asking me about how I was feeling.
And when she said, I want to understand, did that give you anything?
Yeah, that's I think it did. I sort of got the sense that she was listening to what I had to say.
Yeah. And the other thing that you did differently, I don't know if you noticed that, is you didn't actually check about his feelings, only about what he wants.
Yeah.
It's easier for people to have a reflection about what they want than to have a reflection about their feelings, especially if he doesn't want your son to be scared, then he probably doesn't want to be exposed as being scared himself. I'm guessing that word scared was one of the things that got you, like,
sure.
Don't psychoanalyze me, I'm not scared.
Right.
So one of the things to remember is whatever you are hearing from the other person, you want to reflect that in a way that will be meaningful to them where they are.
Yeah.
Not where you want them to be.
Are you just a really fuzzy bunny inside and
No.
covering yourself with a hard, thick turtle shell? Like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
now that may be true, but there is no way that he will admit that. You can hold that picture and it might help you and open your heart to him. But to expect him to open his heart when you haven't gone there first is unlikely.
okay.
So he said yes, he wants to push his boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. That's what you have to do. If you're going to raise a man, you've got to give him some challenge.
Well, I
don't have a sense of
that you believe that challenge is really going to benefit him.
And I'm hearing the but. Is there a but in you?
Yeah.
If there is a but,
Yeah.
he feels it too. Did you feel the but?
I didn't fully feel it, but now that you mention it, I suppose she has something else going on. There is something she's going to say, but